and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is going to be our haul video for February. It's a little late because I've just hadn't had time to do this kind of yet, but here we are. So we're going to start off with Funko Pops first of all. This is going to be a Funko Pop and Blu-ray update basically. So the first one we have here is Zombie Mobius. Now this is actually from I believe it's a Marvel Collector's Core. I didn't actually get it from that. I got it from eBay because I don't really get those subscription boxes, to be honest with you. There's two versions of this one. You can get your kind of standard Mobius, but you can also get obviously Zombie Mobius, which has got the a much more of a kind of horrific face, and I think certainly a better looking figure, as you can see there. So quite good. Mobius the living vampire, kind of so it gets your horror and your kind of Marvel in one. The next one I'm going to talk about is we're going to have a look at DC, and this is the Batman Earth 2. Now this one's actually, I believe it's a German one, which is actually a Comic-Con exclusive, as you can see by the sticker there. I believe you can get it in different retailer incentives across the world, but this one is, it's just stickered as is. So this one, of course, if you don't know, is not Bruce Wayne, it's actually Thomas Wayne, and he has the scary red eyes there and the red cape. I think it looks pretty damn good. The next one we're going to talk about is a Skyrim figure. The Skyrim or Elder Scrolls games are possibly my favourite video games, maybe along with Gears of War. And this one is an exclusive White One Guard. Now this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see, even has the arrow to the knee, which is a kind of running gag if you are a Skyrim player. So that's quite good. I don't think there's too many sort of exclusive Skyrim figures. I actually quite like the Daedric Warrior there, but I thought I would get this one because it's the obviously the kind of the exclusive one. So there you go. Moving on to the Blu-rays. The first one I'm going to talk about is a horror film called Frankensteins Army, and this one is a fan box. It said it's basically a uncut fan edition, and you have this kind of strange Nazi Frankenstein monster zombie thing, like a little figure. It's quite a decent film actually. Basically a different kind of spin on the Frankenstein's myth. Lots of different kind of creature effects in there. Definitely worth sort of checking out if you haven't seen it. I've done a review on the channel, so I thought I would get this version. It is very fun indeed. Next up, a movie that I've recently reviewed, The Ward. Again, the review of this one is available on the channel. I have to say, a little bit disappointed with this film. Directed by John Carpenter. It's kind of a haunted asylum type film, but overall wasn't super impressed. The film I was very impressed with though was Jerusalem, and so I thought I'd pick it up on Blu-ray. This is a German version. Pretty decent found footage film actually. Once again, the review's available on my channel if you want to check it out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a fairly well made found footage film with lots of kind of like interesting visuals. Basically Jerusalem is invaded by demonic forces, as you can see there. Next up we have Rogue Steelbook, or Metal Pack really, technically it is. This is a pretty decent Killer Croc film, which actually stars Sam Worthington, I believe, although it's one of his earlier roles. So it's yeah, there's a few Killer Croc films. This one came out along the same sort of time as the Primeval, though I do think this one's a better film, with a pretty decent Killer Croc. So this is again a German Metal Pack. Review of this film is on the channel. Then I bought Thor Hammer of the Gods, which was actually reviewed as part of my Thor Mockbuster like a long time ago. And this one is once again a metal pack. So this film basically is more of a fantasy film. It basically sort of focuses on a group of Vikings as they fight off packs of werewolves. So it's a little different, and I think if you are, you know, you watch the kind of the TV show Vikings, or you want a kind of a period horror film, you may want to check it out. It's a little cheesy at times, and less really to do with any sort of superheroics, although it does obviously have ties with the actual Thor Nordic myth. Another one I bought was a standard Blu-ray of the movie Solar Fighters. Now, I saw this on VHS when it was called Solar Babies. I've not watched it again yet, so as you can see, it's sealed up here. This is a German release. You can actually get this in a British release, although I got the German release because I kind of like the yellow plastic of the Blu-ray cases. Although that was kind of fun. It stars a lot of actors that were in the movie The Lost Boys, so if you're a fan of Lost Boys, it's kind of a reunion film for that. Then we got the Spartacus Season 1, Blood in the Sands. This one stars Andy Whitfield as the title character Spartacus. If you know about this, sadly Andy Whitfield actually passed away. This show ran for 4 seasons basically, although I do have to say I thought this season and the prequel season were the best ones. Now, I believe this is a German release. Now, I think it's actually slightly edited because they did release an uncut version, which I haven't got. This is the what I would assume to be the cut version. So it's quite kind of bloody, and Germany is kind of like the opposite to America. Whilst America like cut out a lot more of the kind of the sex stuff that you see in films, but basically leave all the violence in. Basically, Germany kind of are the opposite. They kind of don't mind the sex so much, but they kind of are a little bit sort of tetchy about the violence, and this one is a pretty violent TV show. Next up, I'm going to talk about the movie Savaged. Now, I decided to get this one as a limited edition media book because I really like this film. There's again the reviews on the channel, but basically in a nutshell, this is a cross between The Crow and I Spit on Your Grave. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's actually limited to 1,000 pieces. I really would check this film out. The actress here, Amanda Adrian, actually plays a deaf and mute girl. She does such a good job. I genuinely thought maybe she was deaf and mute. It's basically, like I say, a kind of mix between The Crow and a rape revenge story. So go check it out. Then I got the movie Bounty Killer on Steelbook, and I reviewed this one on the channel. It's kind of a Mad Max sort of style movie, kind of a post-apocalyptic movie basically, but I would say it reminds me also a little bit of sort of Sin City. It has a definite kind of visual style, kind of almost like a comic book-esque sort of style. It's quite fun. I don't think it's a classic, to be quite honest with you, but I quite like getting the kind of the steelbooks. This is a steelbook, as I said, of more of the obscure films, and this one, although it's definitely worth watching again. But I also got, obviously, the main post-apocalyptic movies, of course, Mad Max Fury Road, which was the recent one starring Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy. This is a German version. I really like this film, so I did think I'd get it on a steelbook. It's a fun action romp, as they say, and it has had its detractors saying that Mad Max isn't the star of his own film, but if you've seen the other films, he's kind of on par with them as well. And then finally, I decided to get the Clown on the steelbook. I actually had this on Blu-ray on a kind of limited run anyway, but there's a German version with steelbook, so I thought I'd pick it up. It was a damn good film. I'm thinking about maybe I'll give this one away as maybe a prize at some point. I'm not quite sure. As you can see, it is actually numbered here to 1,000 pieces. It's pretty fun. It's available on the German Amazon site. If you do want to get this, if you are a horror fan, it might be worth picking up. So that is The Clown, Eli Roth's The Clown, although it's not actually directed by him. It's directed by John Watts, who is going to direct the new Spider-Man movie, I believe. So that is the Blu-ray and Funko Pop update. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.